feel like that. Big paper over here, little nigga. Ain't nobody wearing shit but me. But me, nigga.
Santana Star Beats.
I don't got a this today to hurt your feelings. Nigga, I won't be in there with them vulture ceilings. Wanna see what it feel like to live my dreams. Waking up, nigga, nightmares, hit the screams. Niggas got a problem with a nigga like me. Put it on the floor, nigga, show me what it be. Big dog nigga in his motherfucking jungle. Laughing at these niggas while these niggas got a muzzle. I ain't got a boss, I ain't never got a master. Nigga in the streets, yeah, I mastered. Laughing at these niggas cause y'all ain't never did it. Now they want the problem, tell them niggas let's get it. Turn the city up when them niggas hear my voice. Matter of fact, they know I'm the fucking people's choice. Tell them niggas let's talk street politics. These niggas dumb niggas broke polish shit. What up, what up, what up? Put it on the floor with Big T, you dig? I got my dog Betty, man, my cousin. So Betty, we're gonna talk about your story from broken to built. Um, get just a little bit of insight on you, um, as Betty, as the survivor, the mother, the student, the fiance, and the woman who rebuilt her entire life. Um, this story is real, is raw, and is meant to help others heal if they go through anything that they will hear today. So Betty,
What's up?
tell them for the people that's tuned in today, tell them who you are right now, not your past, but who you are today.
Um, well, y'all know I'm from Jackson, Michigan. Right now I am at LPN. I'm furthering my career as an RN and I'm working on my own business. Um, I am a fiance right now with the love of my life. I am so happy. I'm at peace. I have God in my life. He is so amazing. He's always been watching over me, but he's present in this moment right now. I have four beautiful children and one stepdaughter. So, five beautiful children that I love and adore so much. I'm just beyond blessed right now in my life. And yeah, that's where I'm at right now.
Okay, okay, okay. Um, so what made you willing to share your story with the public?
I just feel like it's a lot of things that people are scared to address sometimes, or things that people went through, or traumatic situations that has happened that they're not able to talk about, or they feel like they're on their own and they don't have anyone to relate with them. Um, I just wanted to put out there that you're not alone. You always have somebody, that has been in your shoes as well, who has been through there and has survived and got through it. And you're also capable of doing the same. With God on your side, and just keep moving forward and setting your goals there and pushing towards those goals, you can make it out of anything.
So from Jackson to Detroit, back and forth, basically. Your mom left Detroit at 14. Um,
hmm
when your mom left Detroit at 14, what did you know about her life during that time, or what did she tell you?
Pretty much, my grandfather he was an alcoholic and he was kind of abusive, and things like that. Um, and him drinking and stuff kind of led my mom into being an alcoholic. Just being around it and drinking and stuff like that. So it kind of just pushed her to be out in the streets or whatever, to get away from that environment. And then that's when she got introduced to a lot of different things.
Okay, because in the 90s, of course, everybody know that was a huge drug era. Your dad was selling drugs.
Hmm.
birth rooted chaos around everything that you had going on. Um,
Hmm.
what is the earliest thing you can remember about your childhood?
Um, I remember us being separated. I guess that's about I was really young, so I remember us being separated. Me and
We're
my
gonna get
brother
on
went
that.
to.
Yeah, we're gonna get on that.
Okay.
Anything else?
Uh, that's I know that we had a lot of love. I really don't remember when my mom was um really into her addiction as deep as she was. Because I was the baby out of the three.
Hmm.
Um, but I know it affected us a lot in the future. So,
Yeah. Um, well, the '90s was flooded with drug culture. Do you feel like your childhood was shaped by like uh the streets before you was even born?
um, yes, yes, for sure. Because I feel like I was born into it, I guess you could say. Because I was the youngest, my mom wasn't all the way together. My dad was still heavy in the streets to the point that he couldn't, take care of me or whatever. And that's how we ended up in foster care.
Yeah.
So, yeah, for sure.
Did you ever feel like you were set up for a hard life early on?
Yeah, I feel like a lot of African American people, we kind of like always have to start. It's not like we have, like a lot of people have multiple savings and their parents pay for them to go to college and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Um, Sometimes we don't have that backbone to fall
Right.
on. You know what I'm saying? We got to literally get it out the mud and
Right.
start from scratch and build our own and work hard, to get to
Yeah.
where we have to be.
So
Nothing's handed to us.
what you saying that do you feel like you want to break that chain for your kids, like set them up for success? Because we always had that rooted situation where we didn't know credit, we didn't have anything passed down, we
Exactly.
didn't have cars given to us, we didn't
Mm.
have no money left to us, things like that. Like, do you feel like you are a parent that's like, hey, this is my goal to set this bar and set this standard that I'm gonna change this for the rooted problems that we have in our community?
Yes, exactly. I feel like that's my main goal, and I feel like that's why I push so hard. I feel like I didn't even get that drive or that ambition until I had my first child to really,
Yeah,
push and make sure that they don't have to work as hard as I have to work,
yeah,
and they don't have to work for anybody else as well. I kind
yeah,
of want to set it up to where they're their boss and they do everything that what I'm saying, they running their own businesses and stuff like that.
for
So,
sure.
that's what I'm trying to work towards.
For sure, for sure. Good morning,
Hmm.
everybody that joined on. If you just now tuning in, this is Betty. This is about her story. If anybody can relate, y'all can join in the comments, which I know is no bashing, is no none of that over here. Um, she gonna tell her story and is an intriguing story. You know what I'm saying? So if y'all stay tuned in, I think that people will relate to this story, and a lot of people can understand and know where she's coming from with this story. This story actually touched me, and that's why I told my cousin I would definitely do her interview and give her a platform to speak. Shalonda, good morning, OG. You know what's going on. I hope you have a
Good
wonderful,
morning.
blessed day. So foster care and family split. Um, your mom addiction led to y'all going to foster care.
Hmm.
Um, how old were you when you went into foster care?
Um, I probably was like 3, maybe 4.
Hmm.
Yeah, I was pretty young.
Okay. And you and your brother end up staying together. Your sister got separated. Do
Hmm.
you remember what it felt like to be separated from your sister at that time?
Um, I know that I felt like I was lost, because my sister, she did a lot for me because my mom was on drugs and was in the streets at the time. So my sister, she pretty much did everything for me, and I looked up to her, like a second mother.
Yeah.
So it really hurt me and my brother. And luckily, me and my brother was able to go to somewhere that was safe and secure. But my sister, she didn't get, that turnout. She ended up somewhere where she was hurt and stuff like that. So,
Right. Um. Sorry. Um. Well, eventually, mom got clean. Um. So when your mom got clean and got y'all back, did you feel like life was different, or were you still like unsure of how to feel at that moment?
I guess I felt like that we were, I was happy that we were back together. Um, it was a little different, but not in a bad way.
Mm-hmm.
I could tell the difference. My mom was more involved with us and doing more with us. And then she got heavy with the religion and stuff like that. So,
Yeah, and we're gonna dive into that. What did you, um, what did foster care teach you, far as good and bad? If you can even remember, because I know you was a little young.
yeah, I don't even really remember that much. Not much.
That's fine if you don't remember that much. It's just I just wanted to know because some people say they had good foster cares that they was in, and I also hear a lot of bad stories about foster cares that people was
Hmm.
placed in. So that's why I always ask that question when people do say that they went to foster care or anything like that.
Yeah, I don't remember anything harmful coming from foster care um, when I was in it, but hearing the stories of my sister and stuff, I heard a
Yeah.
lot of bad stuff from her, and. So
Do you
me
want
and
to
my
share
brother, I
any
feel
of
like
that,
we were
or
good.
would you want to
I
share
don't
any
really
of
want
that?
to share her business
That's
now.
that's totally
Yeah.
fine. Church life and confusion. Um, y'all got deep in the church, of course. Um, how did church influence you growing up? The good side and the confusion side that me and you discussed a little bit.
Um. Well, being introduced to Christ is something that I feel like everyone should have. Because even when you don't have anyone, you don't have a friend, you don't have any family or anyone you can call on, you can
Yeah,
always call on Jesus. You can always, pray, and you always have him to go to.
for sure.
Um, so I feel like I'm blessed, and I'm so happy that I was introduced to the church. But
Hmm.
I've grown to know that everybody in the church, we're all human. Everybody's still human.
Facts.
Everybody still makes mistakes. Nobody's, perfect. Everybody has their own sin. And sometimes people are even more evil in the church home than outside of it. So that's just
Yeah.
something I came to realize, and um, it hasn't drawn me away from Christ at all. I
Hmm.
still go to church, but I don't hold anyone to a higher standard.
Okay. And then Kelly said, "I'm so proud of you, Betty."
Thank you, Mom. Love you.
Um, so then during the confusion in the church situation, um, your mom thought that the pastor's son was your father, and
Yep,
you
that
said
was
you were
our church
confused.
when we were younger. Yep.
Yep, the first church. Because
Mhm.
we're gonna talk about two churches, so that's the first church,
Mhm.
and the she found out that it was false. So when you found out that that wasn't your father, how did that affect you?
Um, I was kind of hurt to know that the cousins that I was calling my cousins, or the family that I thought was really my family, I guess wasn't my family, even though they
Yeah,
still treated us like family and loved us like family. Um, so it was just a change. Also with the name, because it was my last name
with
and
them
stuff
having
like
that
that.
last name.
Yeah, and having to get that changed and stuff like that. So it did affect me a little bit,
Yeah.
but not too bad, because they still always show love. So
Yolanda sent you a message.
religious foster specialist, foster. Oh, thanks.
Thanks,
Yes.
Yolanda, for sharing that. We always need somebody, you know what I'm saying? Even in our grown up stages, sometimes we feel like we get over a lot of things. And sometimes we still need people, even when we feel like we want to be that independent, strong person. We also still need that village sometimes. So, Betty, I
Yeah.
always want you to know that you, my cousin, you know what I'm saying? You know, there's always a village here. You know, you always got a line open with me and anybody else. You know what I'm saying? Like, we share love and we always gonna keep doing that or
Yeah.
whatever. Your mom, come one more time. You can share anything that you want. It may help someone else.
Yeah, I think she
Um,
more covering about her story because I talked about a lot about
yeah,
her, but she's healed, and so she's comfortable
yeah.
with me telling. Yeah.
And Kelly, at any point, you know what I'm saying, at the end of the interview or anything, when I'm done with Betty, if you want to come on and add anything, that is totally fine. If that's cool with Betty, I'm cool with you joining on and adding anything if you want to. Um, so to jump back in, y'all move churches, but
Mm-hmm.
stay connected to the church families.
Mm-hmm.
Um, did church feel like home or did it kind of feel like pressure? Because I know you said that y'all had got like deeply into religion and everything like that. So how did
Mm-hmm.
that go? You know what I'm saying? Like how was that feeling for you? Was it still like
Um,
home or was it like a little bit
I
of
don't know.
pressure
I
there?
always feel like church was home
Yeah,
because I just always had that. Even if I'm not interacting with the people in the church, just feeling the spirit of God and the presence of God, and connecting. I always loved going to church.
mm,
Um, I mean, sometimes there's been times where I didn't really want to go or didn't
yeah,
want to do certain things. But I always loved praise and worship, hearing the word of God and stuff like that. So
yeah,
I feel like I like going to church. Maybe until I got a little older, and then I'm like, I don't really want to go.
yeah.
Hmm.
And I want to say thank you to everybody that's showing Betty so much love because this is not easy for her to talk about. So everybody that's on here showing her love and actually listening to her story, we appreciate you guys. Betty really appreciated because she was very nervous to get on here and talk about her story, but we appreciate you guys for showing her that love that we have over here as a family.
Thank you.
Um, so new stepdad, new step family, and red flags.
Hmm.
Um, your stepdad family felt off to you. Um, you said sometimes you used to ask why certain cousins couldn't come over and things like that. What was that like? Did you ever get to the bottom of that and why that was, or why you felt like that family was a little bit off for you?
Um, Well, yeah, it was always like a little awkward, even just with the presence of my stepfather, just never smiling, never really engaging, laughing or like just so blank, you know what I mean? Or grumpy all
Okay.
the time and angry. And then another thing with like certain family members not being able to come over on their side of the family and stuff like that, and me wondering why. Um,
Yeah.
and my mom never really, even though they were married for a long time, my mom never really left me alone with him before, growing up and stuff like that. Um, she used to, um, she used to always leave me with my sister or my brother. But as we started to get older, my sister, I think I was like 13 at the time or something. My sister was like 17, and my brother, he was out doing whatever he was doing. So I was at home, alone by myself a
Yeah.
lot of times, or sometimes.
Yeah.
Um,
Don't go too deep.
so yeah. Um, so yeah, that's just where it just started being, awkward sometimes.
Um,
So.
did you ever feel safe in the house growing up? because I know you said your mom had got remarried.
Hmm.
Um, what were the first signs of something that didn't feel right to you?
Um,
Quan, what up?
j- just hey, baby, just the awkwardness. Um, just the awkwardness. Like he just felt like he was just always uncomfortable. You know what I mean?
Cold and distant.
Yeah, just cold and distant. Just awkward. You know, and
Yeah,
I don't know. I still felt safe though because I know my mom's not gonna, and my sister, my family, they're not
right,
gonna let nothing happen to me.
for
So I
sure.
always felt safe in a way, but I just never could really connect, you
Yeah.
know, with him.
Okay. So
So,
you always said that mom never left you at home alone. Your husband said, "Hey, baby, you doing great." Um, your mom never left you at home alone with him, with your stepdad. But the first time that she left you home alone, he made a move. Um, at the age of 13, um, your life took like a major turn. What happened that day when your mom wasn't at home?
well, she had left that day, and he was just like, he was just being nice. Like all of a sudden, now you're like nice. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like you never even been nice before. Like he's just like, let's go. He went and got some Taco Bell or something for us to eat or whatever. Like we never used to really eat out like that.
yep,
So I'm like, okay, he's being nice or whatever. After eating the Taco Bell, he's just like, go take a shower, pretty much. Go get ready for bed, you know?
yeah,
So I go get ready for bed, and I get out the shower, and he walks in the bathroom on me. I'm
mm-hmm,
like, okay, that's weird. Like,
yeah,
and he looks down at my vaginal area,
yes, ma'am,
and I have like I'm 13, so I'm just now getting hair,
mature,
just now developing, maturing.
trying to make
And he
sure,
was like rubbing on me, like, oh, you got hair down there. I kind of move his hand, like, okay, that's weird, like,
yeah,
you know. Oh, I was just seeing how you're getting mature, and stuff like that. I'm like,
trying to
okay,
groom,
yeah, like trying to
yeah,
groom me type shit,
yeah.
or stuff. I'm sorry, excuse
No,
my
you're
language.
you totally fine. Cause
Getting a
that was
little,
you doing, cause that was your fight back verbally. Um,
yeah.
you also ended up telling your sister. So when you told your sister, um, what was her reaction, or what reaction were you expecting, and what did she actually do when you told her? Because you didn't tell her until the next day, right?
Yeah, I told her the next day because I'm not really thinking much of it. Like, okay, he's just being weird. Like, I don't know,
Yeah.
you know.
You 13, you really
Um,
not even thinking about nothing like that.
yeah, I wasn't even thinking nothing like that. And so we ended up going to the little lake, and I told my sister, and I just expected her. We was just conversating, like a regular conversation.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, "Oh no!" Like she instantly got mad. Like,
For
no,
sure,
we
because
have to
she's
go
older
tell
than you.
mom. Yeah,
How many years are y'all apart?
4.
Okay, because so she's older than you. So that'll
Mm-hmm.
put her at like what, 17?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. And she's like, "Oh no, we gotta go tell mom right now." And so we went over and walked back to the house or whatever, and we ended up telling my mom, and
Once you end up telling your mom,
then she was,
once you end up telling your mom, what was mom response when she finally heard the truth? You know what I'm saying? Because I know that went to another level.
so at the place she was calm because everybody was there, and we had to leave there. So she was just like, "Come on, let's go calmly. Like, let's get in the car." But as soon as we pulled up to that house,
Yeah.
she started flipping out. Oh, you did what? You cussing. And my
For
mom
sure.
don't cuss. So,
Yeah.
that was different for her. And she just, flipping out. And the police ended up coming get him.
Yeah.
and stuff like that. Luckily, he ended up pleading. He said he was guilty, so I didn't have to testify.
Yeah.
Which my mom made sure of that too. She wasn't playing.
Yeah,
Um,
because you also said that your stepfather had a history of being molested himself.
exactly.
He
And
was
molesting his
also,
sisters as well when they were
yeah,
younger. So,
his siblings. And you
mhm.
also said that even after him pleading guilty, that the church still let him be a deacon and being in the church. Um, so when that part, when you seen that, how did you feel when you see that the church was still kind of protecting him?
um, it really hurt, because we felt like it was a family, and you would think, as being godly or whatever, you wouldn't let no one present God like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Represent God in that manner.
yeah,
Um, you would want your church to be on a strong foundation, pretty
yeah,
much. So it did kind of hurt, and they kind of like cast us out.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Even the church, the family, like
yeah,
even though that you guys have a history of this, you know what I'm saying? We've been a part of y'all family for over 10 years, you know what I'm
yeah.
saying? And that we're hurt. Nobody reached out. Nobody
Yeah.
said anything. You know what I'm saying? I'm just
It was just
glad
like
that
a
my
smack in
mom
the
was able
face.
to stand on business for her child, because a lot of mothers throw it under the rug or act like nothing happened or brush it off, and it just
Yeah.
continues to happen and nobody ever says anything.
Right. And then you said he only got 2 years for that, right?
Yeah, he only got 2 years.
Okay. And then after that, you started counseling. Did counseling help you heal, or was it just something to like get you through at that time? You know what I'm saying?
Uh,
How did that feel?
it definitely helped me heal. It helped me be able to talk about it, and realize that it's not my fault. Because I feel like a lot of the time I was blaming myself, like,
Yeah.
oh, I messed up our family, or, I'm making my mom go through this and stuff like that. So um, it definitely helped me in that aspect,
And
just
let
to
me make
understand that people are sick.
yeah, and let me make it very clear. Um, that was not on you. Don't ever feel like that. And anybody watching this, if you're going through anything like this or have, don't ever, ever, ever forget that you're the victim.
Right.
Because people deflect, and a lot of people don't take accountability of their actions of what they've done to cause trauma or harm to another person. So, Betty, I just want to let you know, don't ever feel like that. And I know that you cried and you dropped a tear when we talked about this, even though I'm your cousin and it was a safe conversation for me and you. And I told you that I would make it a safe space for us to talk about it. And you trusted me with your story. So I want you to know that you a survivor, you're very strong. And just to get on here to tell your story to help another person that might go through this or might be near to a situation like this, I want to tell you that you're strong. You know what I'm saying? And you are a warrior, and I look at you as a strong woman, not just because you're my cousin, but you're strong for what you're doing today.
Oh, thanks, cuz.
Um, what changed inside of you after that trauma?
Um, let's see.
Shay Betty.
I guess um, I just didn't trust people a lot. Um, I kind of just like stayed within my family.
Yeah,
Um, looked at people a different way, and just, like even till this day, I feel like I just get, if I feel a certain way about somebody, I'm instantly, got my guard up, you
yeah,
know. So,
yeah. Because you went through a lot of other things after that. So, teenage years, searching for love, um, the stigma that everybody say daddy issues, that me and you had talked about.
mm,
Um, picking the wrong man, low self esteem, running away at 17, going to TA Wilson, graduating early, abusive relationships, pregnancy situations with possible two fathers, and abortion supported by your mother. Let's kind of dig in and break that down a little bit. So, people labeled you with daddy issues. Did you feel that that was true or unfair in your situation?
Um, it's hard to address really the daddy issue part. You know what I mean? I guess that's what people call it.
That's what they
You
call it.
know,
It's a stigma.
yeah, that's what people call it. Um, I think it's more low self esteem
Yeah, for sure.
and um just more not knowing your worth. I guess and thinking that you doing better than before, but you not. It's just a different form. Things like that. Um, I think that's mostly what it is. Just being insecure. Not confident in
Yeah,
yourself and not having standards.
you know.
Hmm.
Um, so with that, what pushed you away or what pushed you to run away at 17? Um, because I know you said now that you look back at it, it was really nothing. You just wanted to
Yeah, it
just
really
get
was
out,
nothing.
you know.
Just
So
don't just being a teenager.
yeah, break that
Throwing a
down.
fit and because I couldn't get my way and then running off because I knew I could run to my dad's house and he ain't gonna pay no attention to me. So just wanting to be in the streets at a young age because I didn't graduated already and yeah.
Yeah, I
So
can understand that. How did school and street life mix for you at that time?
um well, I was done with school at the time. Tomlinson, T Tech, '09, done with school at the
Right.
time. And at my dad's house, I just ran into a bad relationship pretty much. Ended up moving in with someone and uh, getting beat on all the time, punched in the face, held down, pinned down, smacked constantly, couldn't leave the house, couldn't go to the stove, couldn't really talk to my family, pretty much just cut off, from everybody. To where my mom had to pop up, sister then popped up on me, um, and just couldn't really do nothing, and just stuck, just dumb. I don't know if you would call it dumb, but just stuck,
Yeah.
like I ain't
Going
had
through
nowhere to go.
teenage, yeah, just going through teenage stages, stuff
Yeah.
going on. Um, at what point did you realize you were in an abusive relationship around that time?
When I wanted to really elevate myself and I realized I couldn't, when I wanted to start trying to go back to school or um, when I got a car or stuff like that. Like, that's when I realized, okay, yeah, I'm stuck. Like, I can't. Um, so I ended up moving back with my mom. My mom pretty much was just like, no, you coming back home, you know. Ended up going back home and going to school, but still dealing with the same person,
Yeah,
going back and forth into that relationship until it was just finally over. So,
I can understand that. But was it hard for you to like shake out of that, or was you like really locked into that relationship and it was just ongoing? Because how long was you in that relationship?
uh, like 4 years.
four
Yeah, it
years
definitely it definitely was hard for me to get out of it once I was used to certain things,
Right.
um, and just dealing with certain things and not knowing what was better or what I could have had better and stuff like that. and feeling like that was love when it wasn't love at all.
Yeah. What made you
So,
say that was your final straw? Shay said.
um, I feel like my final straw was when he crashed my car that I was using for school. I think that was when I didn't have no vehicle or no transportation at 22 to get back and forth to do what I needed to do, for my
Right.
education and stuff like that. I feel like that's when I was like done, cuz with females I feel like it takes us a minute to really be done. Like we be done but we still there,
Yeah.
but it's like we just gradually pulling ourselves apart, you know what I mean? But at that point, I was like, okay, yeah. And I'm not even living with you anymore. Why am I even still going back dealing with you? Why did I
Yeah.
even pull up on you to let you drive my car? You know? So I think that's when I was like, yeah, it's over.
Okay. And you didn't have in that relationship that we're talking about right now, because we're gonna break down into your other relationship. In that one, you didn't have any kids yet.
Well, I had got pregnant during that time.
Uh huh.
Um, so when I was living with my dad, I was dealing with someone else too. I was dealing with him and dealing with someone else. Obviously, I was wild, being a little whatever.
You know.
Um, the other dude, I was just chilling with him, kicking it with him and stuff like that. And it came to a point where we got a little intimate, and um, nobody really knows this,
Yeah.
but he ended up putting a gun to my head and pretty much
Yeah. Yeah.
ejaculating in me,
Yeah.
pretty much saying you're gonna have my baby. This is what's happening, type stuff.
Yeah.
Um, so I had got with the abusive relationship after that happened.
Uh
We
huh.
had got serious. So then I found out I was pregnant, and I'm like, oh, I thought it was the abusive ones, but then when I really added it up, it ended up being the guy that forced himself to force me to have his baby, pretty much. Um,
Okay.
So I ended up getting an abortion, which my mom was super supportive at the time. It helped me
Yeah.
through all that.
And that's what I was gonna ask you. Like when your mom supported you through that abortion, did it bring you closer or kind of push you apart? You know what I'm saying? Like, was you like, yeah, mom, like I needed that, or like, did you have like a because being in a rape situation like that, it kind of like have you so confused and conflicted with who you can trust, who you can deal with. Did it like bring y'all closer and make y'all feel like everything was good, or did it have you still like on a I still don't trust anything right now?
I always felt like I could really trust my mom. Um, so when it came to her, yeah, I felt like I could trust her. I don't think I really told anybody though about it.
Yeah, yeah,
So that's the thing. Nobody knew that happened, you
for
know,
sure.
because
Okay.
I shouldn't even been dealing with the person in the first place. You understand what I'm saying?
What was
So
your mind?
nobody.
Where was your mind at that time? You know what I'm saying? At that age, like how much did that pregnancy affect you?
Um, so I already was thinking about the abortion because obviously I was in an abusive relationship. So when his parents found out and stuff, and they were like excited, wanting me to have a baby, but then when I added the months and stuff together, it was a month before me and him. I've been pregnant a month, ahead before me and him even met. Um, so then I'm just like, ugh, like, what am I gonna do? I can't tell nobody about the situation. I can't let nobody know, because I wasn't even supposed to be over there dealing with this person in the first place. So I just kind of left it a big secret and just kind of was like, I'm getting the abortion because I don't want to have a baby by this abusive man, even though it wasn't even by him.
Right.
So my mom was supportive in that story, at least, because of course she wanted me to get away from him as well too.
For
So
sure. For sure. To switch gears to fast life and trying to slow down. Um, partying, fast life. Um, you met your kid's father at that time. Good dad, but was hustling. Um, Pregnant while working at Taco Bell, house raided, um, homeless in a hotel. Tried to push him to go legit. Child support was taking his money, so it was kind of a battle for him. Back and forth to hustling, police harassment, um, mental abuse, 4 kids, and another raid. You know what I'm
That's a
saying?
lot.
Let's break it down. You know what I'm saying? Um, what was life like when you was living a fast life and not slowing down yet?
Um, it was just all over the place, like situation after situation. Um, friends, uh, friends doing whatever, going from people's house to house. I didn't have no kids, partying, drinking, and all the time. Um, just pretty much not doing nothing, but hanging out. Yeah, that's pretty much what that was about. I did end up meeting my kid's father around that time. Um, and we pretty much was locked in. We still didn't have nothing going for ourselves. I think he was staying at his mom's house. We was young. Um, he had one kid at the time, and I was staying. Who knows? I don't know. I was all over the
Yeah,
place. Um, let's see. But eventually, me and him ended up moving, I think, into his mom's house together. Um, and then eventually we had got an apartment together. And I had ended up getting pregnant. He was hustling and stuff at the time. Everything was fine because it was just us to think about.
what drew you to your kid's father originally?
He always so funny, just funny, always making me laugh.
Yeah,
Always somebody, he never stopped talking. You always gonna have a
yeah,
good conversation with him. Um, and he was a good father. He always made sure, even if his baby mamas won't let him get his kids, he gonna take you to court to get his kids. He
yeah.
gonna make sure he has his kids all the
Good
time.
dad.
He's a good dad. Make sure they have everything they need. So I think that's what really drew me to him. In the beginning.
Yeah. What
Um,
what was it like being pregnant, living in a hotel for just even though it was a small amount of time? Um, like how was that?
um, it was crazy because it was really like, I don't know. It's like when you get pregnant, it's like your whole mindset change. It's like you get this boost of energy.
Yeah,
Like, we gotta go, we gotta make it happen, we gotta make it shake, we gotta.
yeah,
So when I was pregnant, I'm working every day. I'm still, stacking my money, making sure everything, making sure my kid is gonna be straight when he
yeah,
gets here.
yeah.
Um, because we got put out our apartment because he was hustling, um and the police obviously came and stuff like that, so we got put out of there, and that's when we was living in a hotel, and I just pretty much told him, like, we got to change.
Did you ever feel stuck in survival mode?
um yeah, I feel like life is just pure pretty much survival mode always anyway.
Yeah.
you
How
know
how did the hustling impact your relationship and safety? Because I know you brought something up to me with that. Kiki, what's up?
hey.
How
um
did hustling impact your relationship and safety?
um I just
With
always
with
felt.
constant people being in and out of the house and being
Yeah,
around
just
and
it's,
things
it's
like
just
that.
always felt unsafe. You never knew it, and you come in the house, there's different people in there. Like, who is these? You know what I'm saying? Who is these people? Or
Right.
you never know. Like, and then once the police that came in your house, now you just don't even feel safe in your house no more.
Yeah,
Or
you don't know
whether
who brought
somebody
them.
then. yeah, whether somebody done broke into your house trying to rob you, now you don't feel safe no more. It was just a
Right.
constant of not feeling safe. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Not having no peace of mind, you know.
Yeah.
Um so yeah, I was sick of that type of lifestyle, especially I didn't want that for my child. You know,
Yeah.
it's not just me anymore. You know, I have to think
Right.
about my child.
Right.
Um
And when did you realize this relationship was destroying the both of you mentally?
when we constantly bashing each other, you know, just being toxic, constantly disrespecting, calling each other out each other's names. Um, yeah, just stuff like that. Just breaking each other down, not building each other up, you know, feeding negativity into each other, you know, like
Yeah.
yeah, that's when I knew like, okay, yeah. And we both kind of knew it was pretty much done. I think we were both was like done with the relationship at that point.
Do you regret staying as long as you did, or do you see it being a part of your growth?
I definitely don't regret it. Because I have my children, of course. I wouldn't have all four of them if if it didn't go the way that it was supposed to go. Um, so I don't regret any of it. Um, I just feel like it could have been a little bit more peaceful in the beginning for my children. Maybe if I could have made it more safe for them, you know.
Hmm.
That's about it.
Um, I don't want to say her name wrong. Nikisha said that was the mother in you going into protection for your child. Um, your brother's death and the breaking point. Um, you heard gunshots, didn't know there was your brother at the time. Um, threats was being sent to your home. You bought a legal firearm. Um, your baby father insisted on going with you when you went to go buy your firearm for your protection for you and your kids. Um, JNet surveillance, police station, just nonstop with the police. Um, accused of being sitting on retaliation. You got arrested after giving birth to your baby, charges being dropped, and then you finally was like, "You done? You leaving Jackson? Let's break that down." Walk us through the night of losing your brother because I know you was waiting on a babysitter at that time.
Um, yep, it was my kid's dad's brother's birthday. So him, my brother, um, rest in peace to Malik. And my baby's father, they were out, you know, hanging out or whatever before we were all gonna go out. I'm sitting at home waiting for my babysitter. Um, and all of a sudden I hear the gunshots. And I'm like, something just instantly hit me like, call somebody. Like I just felt like somebody I knew or one of them, one of my baby daddy, his brother, one of them got hurt, you know. I could just
Yeah,
feel it, you know. So I call, nobody's answering the phone. I'm steady calling, calling, calling. I finally get through and they just like Malik been shot, you know.
yeah. And you
Uh
pregnant at this time?
yes, I'm pregnant. Um I was early. I felt like I was, yeah, not that. Yeah, I was like mid pregnant. I probably was like 7 months. Yeah, about 7 months. Um, so that happens. They ended up. My brother ended up dying. Um,
Rest in peace,
and
Malik.
that just like totally changed me. I'm just like enough. I can't do this no more. You know, Jackson. I'm tired of it. You know, constantly getting harassed by the police, constantly people getting killed. You know, people getting strung out on drugs. Like I'm just like I like it's just too much.
Yeah, it was too much at that time. How did the threats and the fear affect your household?
So people started just making random threats. Oh, we gonna shoot up their house because her baby daddy gonna retaliate for killing her brother, and People just saying crazy stuff. So I tell my baby daddy, like, okay, well, we're gonna go get a gun. I need a gun to protect, me and the kids when we here.
Yeah.
Like, we need a gun. And I'm like, I'm just gonna go get it legally. He's like, I'm gonna go with you. I tell him, no, don't go with me. Like,
Yeah.
it's not a good idea. Just don't go. Um, but he ended up going with me because obviously he ended up like, you don't know what gun to pick. You don't know. You like, I didn't.
Yeah.
So he ended up going with me. We ended up picking out a gun good enough for me to handle or whatever. I
Yeah.
got the papers and stuff from the gun store. All I had to do was go register at the police station.
Now,
Um,
right there, what really happened at the gun shop, and then led up to the police station?
um, when we walked out of the gun shop, it was a JNet. I guess that's what they call it, an undercover police car. It was a white Impala. They was sitting outside, just sitting outside of the gun store. We ain't think nothing about it. We ain't do nothing wrong. So
Yeah.
we get in the car. They tell me to put the gun in the glove box and the bullets in the trunk. So that's what I did. We pull off. We on our way to the police station. Um, when we pull up there, they pull us over right in front of the police station. Your tail light's out. What? We like, what? Our tail light is out. What do you mean? Like, how is our tail light is out? Um, like how? Uh, they like, well, it's out, whatever, pretty much. And I'm like, okay, well, I have a gun in the glove box because they told me if you get pulled over, make sure you tell and announce that you have a gun. So I told them I had a gun. They like, get out the car. Okay, so we get out the car. Um, can you come down? They asked us, can we come down to the police station? We got questions. We got questions to ask you guys. Um, I'm like, okay, sure. I ain't did nothing. At this time, I'm about 8 months pregnant.
Yeah.
I'm huge. I'm like, okay, whatever. Go to the police station. We get in the interrogation room. They separate me and my kid's father. And they just harass us to the T. You're going to jail. We heard you were buying a gun for your baby's father to retaliate for your brother. Um,
Yeah.
you're going to jail. You ain't gonna never see your kids again. You better tell us right now.
The scare
I'm
tactics.
bawling. I'm scared. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm thinking I'm not gonna see my kids. I'm like, I don't know what
Yeah.
y'all want me to tell y'all. I
The
wouldn't go buy
scenario.
a gun in my name and let somebody kill somebody with it. I don't know
Right.
what y'all want me to tell y'all. Y'all want me to tell y'all a lie, and that's not what happened.
Right.
Um, so eventually they ended up letting me go or whatever. And my baby's father, he ended up getting locked up on other gun charges. Whole time he
Yeah.
in jail, they not feeding him, treating him wrong. Um, just being real harassing.
Yeah.
Uh,
Um. Go ahead.
so so then I end up having my baby. About not even a week later, maybe 3 days, they come in my house and arrest me in front of all my children.
Yeah.
Um, and take me to jail.
Yeah.
Pretty much just saying that I pretty much got a felony over my head for buying a gun for somebody. They just pretty much threw it on me.
Yeah. So
No
like,
proof or nothing.
and what was going through your mind? You know what I'm saying? Like getting arrested right after giving birth.
I was sick. I was like scared, worried about my baby. That's my newborn. Being separated from my baby. I didn't know what was going to happen. Just scared. Uh,
Separation anxiety.
yeah, like just heartbroken, like
And then
completely heartbroken.
you could have been going through postpartum.
Yeah,
Anything was
anything,
going
like
on.
just sick. Like it was just sick. Like, and that's just
Yeah.
Gillette Jackson Police Department sick. Okay?
Yeah. So what
They
made you
wrong. The
say
court
like
system is wrong. Okay?
what made you say like I'm done with Jackson now. I'm leaving. Like this is it.
Yeah, after that, I'm like done. I had to get shout out to George Lyons helping me fight my case. I ain't even had to go in there. Got it dropped. Yes, yes, yes. Um, but that's how they get you. You know what I'm saying? And it happens to too many black women, black men. It happens
Yeah.
too often, where people just get stuck with charges, for not even doing anything,
Yeah.
know, just
We lost her. She'll be right back. If anybody just jumping in.
you know, to get them through or to fight for what's right. Um,
Oh, there you go. Can you hear us?
so yeah, that's when I was just like, I can't, no,
Can you hear us?
I can't do this no more. I don't feel safe. Um, I don't feel safe. They're trying to take my freedom away.
Me.
It was just like I gotta go. So I started by just working in um different cities. Started in Ann Arbor, working there. Oh shoot!
Um, she had
Oh
clicked off
shoot!
and got a call, y'all, so it messed up her it messed up her voice call. Um, she'll be right back in. There she go. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
It's like staticky.
Yeah, yeah. I'm about to come back in.
Okay. If anybody new that just joined in, this is Betty. She's telling her story. She has a phenomenal story. Um, she been through a lot. Great woman. I'm glad that she left Jackson and got to be where she's at now. We're about to break down nursing school and everything that she accomplished, and the story gets thicker and it gets crazier. But um, everybody, just stay on, check us out, listen. Um, if any of your kids going to Big Brother Big Sister program, it will be this Friday. I am having one this Friday. The holidays have messed it up a little bit, but it will be back on this Friday. So make sure your kids come down to the King Center from 4:30 to 6 p.m. Um, always food, always conversation and things for them to do. Um, she's joining back in right now. I see her trying to jump in the chat. Um, but Betty been through a lot, and if anybody can relate to her, you know what I'm saying? Um, show love. Yeah, Shay. She from Jackson, or is you asking if am I from Jackson? Yeah, I'm from Jackson. Can you hear me now, Kelly? I turned it up. Am I good on my sound? Yeah, Shay, I'm from Jackson. If you asking me,
It's still staticky.
yeah, it sound better though now. It's echoing.
Yeah. Hold on, let me get my laptop.
You right at the good parts. Um, Shay, I don't know if you asking if I'm from Jackson or not. But yes, I'm from Jackson. Um, Kelly, can you hear me now? Did you fix it over there, Betty? Betty, I can hear you better now. Yeah, Shay, I'm from Jackson. Betty, I can hear you better now. You hear me? You hear me? I just text her, y'all. But y'all, listen, if you have a story or anything that you guys want to get on the platform, hit me up. You know what I'm saying? I'm good with treating people's stories like it's mine. I'm careful with people's stories. I don't try to overdo it. I put in what you want me to put in. We talk about what you want to talk about. I make it a safe space for people to get on here and have these conversations, because a lot of people don't be wanting to have these conversations because they scared of what somebody's gonna say, how somebody gonna react, um, or what other people feel. You know what I'm saying? And I try to tell people, don't worry about what nobody feel. You know what I'm saying? Or what nobody think about you. Sorry, y'all, my hair got to get on my nerves. What nobody feel about you. You know what I'm saying? Do your thing, and people will gravitate to you when you put the truth out. You know what I'm saying? Don't let nobody else tell your story. So that's why I created, put it on the flow for people to come on here and share their story, get their stories out, you know what I'm saying, and know that they heard and people are listening. So that's what I made it for. I encourage people to always um, be a voice, because you might save somebody else. Somebody else might be listening. They might need that information that you hold, and they might need to connect with a person like you. Um, a lot of people that get on here tell people, hey, if you're going through something that I'm speaking on, you can hit me up. This is my contact information. And that's one thing that I love about the people that has come on to my platform. Um, um, they always showing love, you know what I'm saying, and telling people that it's people out here that care about you, you know. So um Betty is fighting her way to get back in. But her story isn't over. Like I said, it's way more to it. But if anybody wanna drop their story, I'm showing new faces. December is gonna be a strong month for us, because I'm opening my platform for a lot of people. So if you really want to get on here and share your story and tell somebody something, you know what I'm saying, or get something off your heart, you always can come on my platform. It's open. Hit me up, add me as a friend, DM me, any of that, and I always respond. Um I'm trying to get Betty back on the line. Girl, I'm trying. It's not working right. Do it back on your phone. I heard you back clear on your phone. Oh, did you? Okay. Join back in. Okay. Okay. Can you hear? Okay, there she go. All right, we back good.
Can you hear me?
Yep. I can hear you. You hear me?
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
I don't know what was going on. Okay.
Right. You back good?
Yeah, I'm back.
All right. So we was at
Okay.
we was at
I'm sorry, y'all.
Can you hear me?
Okay, I'm ready.
You ready? Okay. Restarting life in a new city. What?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I can't hear you.
You can't hear me? Can you hear me? Kelly, I'm proud of your daughter too.
Okay, let me me go out again.
She always been loving and a caring person. I'm just jumping into the comments until I can get her all the way back in. Um, Kelly, for sure, you know what I'm saying? I'm glad she got on here and shared her story because she been wanting to do it for a long time, and she been hitting me up and we've been missing each other. But like she literally been wanting to do it. So I'm proud that she came on and did it. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
All right, let's get it, cuz.
Okay.
So restarting life in a new city. Moving to Ann Arbor, Canton, Detroit area. Um, Jackson police still bothering you. Um, Living with your baby father, but mentally finished. Let's dive into that. Um, how hard was it to restart your new life in a new city?
Um, it was definitely a big transition. Because I didn't have any family nearby or anything. So it definitely was a different transition, and getting my job or just having help with babysitting and stuff like that was difficult. But his family was closer in that area, so it kind of helped with his family and stuff like that. Um, but mentally, I knew that I had to, detach from that and figure it out on my own. Um,
Yeah,
and I feel like the move is where I start putting myself in the position um, to be able to provide for my kids on my own without needing anyone else's family um, or needing, if I didn't have him around, that I was still able to do for my kids.
yeah.
So, um,
Um, did you feel free or still like trapped by old problems?
I definitely feel trapped by old problems. Because even when I moved, the police still showed up at my house with bulletproof vests and just doing the most just by just hearsay. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that's what they do a lot out there. They hear something off the streets or something and just move on it. Um, just because they heard something happened and it looked like it was a part of us or something like that. Like
Yeah,
just crazy stuff, like constantly. Um, so that's when I was like, okay, maybe I really do gotta stop dealing with this. You know what I mean?
right,
Like, in order for me to be free from this type of lifestyle.
right.
Um,
Um, what finally made you cut ties with your kid father, like emotionally?
um, just really when I was trying to do better for myself and like go to nursing school and stuff, and realizing that I really didn't have that support and stuff like
Mm-hmm.
that. Like I thought I would have, or having that help um, because it was such a struggle, even with having
Yeah,
to find babysitters or finding
yeah.
me transportation and getting stalked by Uber drivers just because I needed
Oh,
to get back and forth
we diving
to
into
nursing
that.
school.
We diving into that. But I want you to see this. What your mom said. Um,
I'm so proud of my baby with so many things she shared that I didn't know she went through. Betty always thinks about loving and protecting others. She is so loving and kind. I would like to share my story. Aw.
and I would totally agree with that. You have always been caring and loving for others, and now you can actually see why. Just a little more inside of who you are. You know what I'm saying,
Mm,
and what you've been through. You can see why you have always been like that. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
You always been a good friend, and you always been somebody people can go to. Um, so talking nursing school and new challenges. Back to school, you had an African friend that was praying with you. Um,
Oh,
God told her to tell you to keep going, and that it was time for you to get into nursing school and actually go and do it.
mm-hmm.
Stalked by an Uber driver. COVID hit. You had a jail incident during school. and still push through it. You know what I'm saying? Like just that alone, before the questions are breaking down, like just hearing that alone, like you made it, like
Yes.
you did it, like
Clock it.
clock it, you made it. So let's dive in and talk about it a little bit. What pushed you to go back into nursing school?
um, Pretty much I knew I had to support my kids. And then, like you said, my friend, I still was hesitant on it. Like, oh, I could just keep working, as a direct care worker, what I'm saying, working all the time and, my back hurting, all this, because I just be not doing stuff the right way. Um, and just really struggling, with four kids on my own. Like, but my friend, she just came to me like, God told me to tell you, and um, that it's time for you to go back to nursing school. What are you waiting for? Right now
For
is the
sure.
time. And that's when I just did it, regardless of the circumstances that me and my children's father weren't going to be together, regardless of the fact that my car wasn't very reliable. I just did it,
Yeah.
and it was a very hard situation for me. But God always makes a way. You know what I'm saying?
Don't he
My
do it?
car,
Won't he
yes,
do it?
every time. Um, so my car was broke down. I ain't have no way. And nursing program, that's not, you can't miss no school. Like,
Yeah,
it ain't no way you're dropped out the program. Like, you
for
can't.
sure.
So I'm just figuring out every way, paying for Ubers and, trying to find ways, riding with my children's father's mom, just figuring out different ways to get there, riding with different students. I ended up using the same Uber driver all the time. And
Oh, we gonna break it
um,
down about him. You got a comment too. Hearing what you've been through,
okay.
proud of you.
Oh, thanks. Thank you. Thank
Um, and I love the village that we have over here. Even the newcomers that haven't been on here. Thank you all for being so patient and
That's my friends, my
show,
friends.
yeah, and showing so much love. You know what I'm saying, to Betty, my village and hers. You know what I'm saying. Thank y'all for tuning in and showing love. What did the African friend prayer mean to you?
It meant a lot to me, and I could just feel it when she said it. Like, and she was, and a person that she is, I just knew that she always had that connection with God. You know what I'm saying? And she always, always praying and fasting and stuff like that. Just a very spiritual person. So when it came from her, I was like, oh yeah, God ain't playing with me. He like, get it together. Like, um, so that's when I started. I love you too, babe. Um, so that's when I was like, okay, yeah. And went to nursing school. And as females, I feel like we prepare ourselves to leave a man before we really leave him. You know what I'm saying? We start doing different things, buying
Yes.
furniture. I got the furniture, don't worry about it. Oh, I get the
Yeah.
TV in my name. Don't even worry about it. I got it. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Clock it.
We're preparing ourselves to, set ourselves up. So when you leave, you ain't got nothing to take with you. You feel
Hey, and
me? It's
shout
mine.
out shout out to the women.
You
Shout out to
know,
the women.
we think, guys are
Shout
more
out to the women.
impulsive. Let me just pack
Y'all
up
be
my little bag and
plotting.
get to skating. No, we
Hey,
plot,
y'all
we
will
think, we
plot.
plan.
Yes.
Um,
So let's talk about the Uber driver and how did he become a stalker? I
okay.
know. Let's dive in because this the deep dive. Let's get the diving in and the chaos that came behind it.
Um, so like I was saying, I had a hard time getting back and forth to school, so I was always paying for Uber. This guy, he was always my Uber driver. Of course, he's talking about some. Okay, well, since I'm always driving you to school, you ain't even got to pay as much money. I'm paying $50. You know what I'm saying? There, probably
For
$50
sure.
because it's a distance.
Yeah,
Um, he like, you ain't got to pay for it. As much money. Just call me and I come give you a ride or whatever. You could just give me like $20, $30, whatever.
for sure.
So So of course I jump on it. Of course, so I'm getting rides from this guy. I'm sitting in the back seat the whole time, like
Yeah.
no interaction,
No
no
nothing.
hug, no type of nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Barely
He
shook
ain't
his
even
hand.
nothing to even want. You know what I'm saying? So eventually I get me a car.
Yeah.
I'm not talking to dude no more. It ain't no reason for me to call you for a ride. It ain't no reason for me to do nothing. Have any
We have
type of
nothing to talk
communication. You
about.
have nothing to talk about no more. Whole time when he giving me a ride, I'm having him drop me off at my baby daddy's sister's house. You
Yeah.
know,
I
he
don't
didn't
even
even
want
know
you to
where
know
I
where I
lived at.
live.
He didn't even know where I lived. Okay. Um, so he start texting me. I don't even have his number. I think I blocked him or something just because, for what? Um, so he start texting me from different numbers, calling me, why you ain't talking to me? Da 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 da. Like just constantly messaging me, like scaring me. Um,
Y'all playing for years and months for sure.
yeah. So just constantly messaging me. Then he starts sending me pictures. He sent me a picture outside of my house. He's sitting outside of my house. He's
Uh,
sending me pictures of my new car. Sitting outside of my job, sitting in a fast food restaurant, just sending me pictures of crazy stuff, right?
yeah.
Talking about something. I'm gonna tell your kid's father that, sending me messages between me and him. I'm like, what is you talking about? It ain't saying nothing but you giving me a ride. Like, what are
Right.
you gonna send him? You know what I'm saying? I'm at your house right now. I'm gonna drop off this envelope or whatever to your kid's father so he can see it. I'm talking to my kid's father like, um,
Telling them
this
about
guy
this.
is tripping, like he's stalking me.
Yeah.
I call the police. I make a police report. They can't track it because he keep changing the number. It's like a wire phone or something,
Man,
internet phone.
he got a dish phone. He dropping them.
Man, like just stalking me. I'm scared to walk out the job, like just terrified. You hear me?
Hey, men.
My kid's father, like, what's this in this door? I just heard somebody open the door and put something in the door. I'm like, what? He like, what's in this manila envelope? He opened the
Yeah.
manila envelope. It's pictures of me that he didn't print it out. It's just random pictures,
What?
like why? Like, you know,
Cut it out.
just for me trying to get a ride to school. Like, you go
Hey,
through everything when
fellas,
you go through nursing school. They do not lie.
if you don't have, if you're not dropping a woman off at her house and you are doing any of this stalking or any of these activities, you are going out bad. You guys have to understand that everything, a woman is not after you. She was after a ride to
I just
nursing
needed a
school,
ride.
man.
Gotta make it
Th-
work.
That is it. So, how did you end up balancing that situation? Like, how did that, you know what I'm saying? Like, how did it stop?
Eventually, I just told them I got you reported to the police. They're waiting on you. I couldn't. The police really couldn't track them. And then
You were
my
just
kid's
scaring them.
father, the kid's father, they like let me see the pictures. He done burnt them up because he mad. He done burnt up. Then took the pictures to the grill and lit them on fire because he mad, thinking that something happened. Ain't nothing happened. He mad. So now we ain't
Hey,
got no evidence to even catch the guy.
burn them up. Burn them up. Burn them up.
I'm like, oh my god. So
Burn them
eventually it
up.
just die off. He end up, but I'm still scared, watching my back all the time.
Yeah.
Like I
Okay,
cannot make
so
this up.
how did you end up balancing motherhood, school, and chaos all at the same time?
It was really hard balancing everything. I feel like honestly, and I know people, COVID was bad. I understand
COVID
it.
was bad for a lot of people, but not for everybody.
Not for everybody, okay? COVID saved my life. When I say it saved my life, it saved my life, okay? They had that cereal program. I ain't had to pay my rent. It hurt me later, but I
Yeah.
ain't had to pay it at the time. You know what I'm saying? Which I couldn't really afford because me and him weren't together, so I was doing everything on my own. So that helped me. Them extra checks for each kid, that helped me. That unemployment, that helped me. Okay? Going to school online and not having to worry about transportation no more to school, that helped me. Okay?
We gonna shout out Trump for once and say COVID and Big Gretch did her thing for us through
Okay.
the pandemic. It
Okay.
saved some of us, it hurt some of us, but it saved some of us.
Okay, I was sick too, but hey, I was still making that money.
You
Okay?
know what I'm saying? Like, and I felt like at that time it was a lot of bonding. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I
It
bonded
was.
so much with my kids and my wife and
Hmm.
everything. Like, I bonded so much during COVID. Like, I felt like, yeah, the world was shut down and we couldn't be around people and we shouldn't have been around people, but we was still. But at the end of the day, like, I felt like that period was a period that showed you, like, people started creating their own businesses. Things was popping off.
Hmm.
Like, everybody was doing something. It showed the entrepreneur and the hustler in you at COVID time.
Hmm.
Like, if you
Yes.
was a hustler, COVID did not hurt you. I'm gonna say
Okay.
that COVID
That
did not hurt you if you was a hustler. Um, was there ever a moment where you almost dropped out?
um there was a time. I don't think I was gonna get dropped out. I think they was gonna drop me out. I ain't
Yeah,
wanna drop out. But they
yeah,
was going I was about to get kicked out. Just being impulsive, just
mm-hmm.
doing stuff out of anger, which I feel like a lot of young people do. You know what I'm saying? When
Yeah,
you just kind of jump and you mad and you move real quick, you know.
yeah,
Um, Me and my kid's father had gotten to it. I had pulled up to the house with my kids, you know, I'm dropping my kids off to his brother. And he ends up pulling up at the same time. He got his little female with him or whatever.
yeah,
And the kids is just like, "Hey, dad," you know, and not at the time I'm thinking like, "Oh, he ignoring my kids because he with his little female," but he really
yeah,
just trying to avoid conflict between
right,
me and him, so we wouldn't fight. Um, so I instantly get to, "Oh, you ain't gonna see your kids," and then we get to arguing, b word back and forth, da 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 da. So he pull off in the car with his female. I ended up following them, you know, cutting them off. Skirt, hit the front of her car. You know, me and him hop out, get to fighting, swinging on each other and stuff. To the point that I end up going to jail. You know, for being
mm-hmm.
the aggressor or
Yeah,
whatever the case may be. And at that moment, I felt like, and my kids was in the car. So not only
yeah,
am I gonna get charged for assault or whatever the case may be, or um, I'm also putting my kids child endangerment and could lose my kids.
yeah,
Um, so when I go to jail, I'm like, I'm still in nursing school. They ain't trying to hear none of that. Luckily, I'm in IPSI, so it's not as petty as Jackson, you know. Um, so I'm just in jail. It's COVID, you know. I'm by myself. Um, at the time, you can't be in the cell with no one else. You got to be by yourself in quarantine. So I had nothing but time to think and pray and cry and just, you know, my mind just racing. Like, I'm about to lose my kids. I done messed up my whole career. I'm about to have a case. Like, it's over, you know.
yeah,
Um, Thank God that my children's father didn't press charges against me, and IPSI didn't pick it up. They're like, okay, you in nursing school, you ain't really got no real cases on you. You know, you got kids, you got to go to work. They
right.
dropped everything, thank God.
Thank
And I think
God.
then on there I changed. That's when I was like, okay, no more arguing. Nothing ain't worth losing nothing that I have, you know,
Yeah,
at this point. Like
because you
all
work
the
too hard.
arguments and stuff, yeah, just forget about it. You know,
Right.
I work too hard. I'm too old. My kids, I can't risk losing them.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when it was like, okay, I'm completely changed.
So
Um,
to go into your love chapter,
my hubby.
her fiance, that I can't wait to go to the wedding and I hope I'm in the wedding. But we're gonna talk about it. Anyways, to shift over to that, to get to the light of the tunnel, you know. Um, you met him while he was in prison, built a good connection, got out, y'all bought a 5-bedroom house together, still in school getting your BS in also. um, Healing old wounds, and wedding is on the way. Hold up, wedding is on
On
the
the
way.
way.
Come on now, clock it. You feel me? Hold on. Come on, man. Come on, man. Like after a story like this, so let's break it down. Um, we know how you met him. So what made him different from every man before him?
Um, he was just so like he listened to everything that I said. I could talk forever and just tell him everything about me. Always remain myself, because sometimes I could be a little irritating, a little extra. He
Mm-hmm.
ain't never said, "Oh, you need to change anything about myself."
Yeah, you extra.
Um, yeah, he pushed me actually. Shut up. He pushed me actually for nursing school.
Yeah,
He was another reason that pushed me. He was another reason why he was like, it's time, you need to go. Even over the phone while we talking. You can
yeah.
do it. You got it. Constantly motivating me, pushing me, inspiring me, lifting me up, giving me my confidence back.
Okay.
Um,
Clock it.
Clock it. And never asked me for nothing. You know how you talk to a lot of times females talk to guys in prison. They want
Yeah,
some commissary.
yeah.
They want you to put some
They
money on
they
the
want they
phone.
want you to keep dropping.
Yeah, they want you to just keep dropping money. Call my auntie, call my cousin, call my sister on three way.
Giving you the jail talk. We gonna get married. I
You
love
know
you,
I love
but
you. All
but
that.
call my cousin. Whole time it's
Right.
my other girlfriend, and
Right.
oh yeah,
Right.
you know, what I'm
Right.
saying. Y'all, life after lockup. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying.
He never
Um,
did that though. He
that's
never
what's
asked me for
up.
nothing. Okay. And that's
Yeah,
how I knew. But he gave me a ring. He was sending me gifts and just doing sweet.
yeah,
Even though
boss up.
he didn't really have nothing.
He came stepping. That's what I'm talking about. Clocking my boy. Hold on, I gotta give my boy a round of applause on this thing. Yeah, yeah, yeah. He
Love
came the
you.
correct way. You know what I'm saying? He understood the assignment.
Yes, he
Um,
did.
how did he love you in a way that helped you heal?
Um just pretty much he it's always something that he always uh stuck with me with him. Um like even just telling him about my situations, and I'm telling him I'm just too nice and just too gullible, and I need to stop being like that and stuff like that.
Yeah,
And him telling me, no, that's not your fault that the world is
yeah.
evil. That's not your fault that, what I'm saying, the
That's
world
a
is this way.
man.
You never
That's a
change who you are.
man.
Yeah, so that just always made me feel really good, and just constantly telling me I'm beautiful all the
Hey,
time and
tell him I'm
lifting me up.
saluting that brother, man. That's a man right there,
Yeah.
man.
Okay.
Um, what has this relationship taught you about your own worth?
Um, it just showed me that I deserve it. I deserve to be happy. I deserve to have that peace. I deserve for my man to wake up when he sleep just to go start my car, and you know what I'm saying,
My
and
man,
to
my man, my man.
okay, go get the snow off my car. You know what I'm saying, before I leave or
For
whatever.
sure.
Not having to open the door. You know what I'm saying? I deserve that.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
oh yes, I love it. I
What?
love
You love it there. Okay.
it.
What insecurities did you have to let go to love him the right way?
I had to let go of being just toxic. He actually had to break up with me in the beginning because I was just so hurt and damaged that I didn't know nothing else other than bashing. You know what I'm saying? Um,
Mm-hmm.
Calling him out his name, making him feel less than, or comparing to him to past relationships, just
Yeah.
stuff like that, just hurting him
So
until he was just like, I can't do this. I don't do that.
yeah.
Like, we're not doing that. You know
You
what I
just
mean?
had to get a reset because you were so stuck into your past life, and
Exactly.
you thought you was going into the same type of routine. I definitely understand that.
Hmm.
And some women don't understand that not everybody is the same. You do have to change some things um, going into another relationship or a new relationship. You have to change some things within you because you take some of that baggage with you, and it
Hmm.
harms the next person. You know what I'm saying? Because they're not always the same. You know what I'm saying? Things may
Exactly.
be different. Um, Kiki said the part of how she missed the part of how did you meet your fiance?
Well, I was working at the prison. I was like a food supervisor or kitchen supervisor where they cook the food and stuff like that. So he was
Yeah,
working in the kitchen cooking the food and stuff like that, and we kind of had to like sign out the utensils and stuff for him for them to use. So me and him, we just pretty much, I was signing out the utensils for him, and we like met in this room, and it was just like a crazy feeling that just like came over us. Like, it was
yeah.
just crazy, like a feeling we never ever felt before. Like, it was like really love at first sight, like that.
Nah, you ain't do nothing that in
No,
there.
I would be in
Okay.
cuffs. It would be the
Oh,
O for me. Okay, you
okay.
can't
I'm
do
just
that.
trying to make
They
sure
are
my
state
cousin ain't crossed no
property. If
lines. I'm
anybody, look, you could talk to somebody in prison, but honey, if you get caught or
that's what I'm trying to.
if you
I
do
try to
something with
keep
them,
I tried to keep your secret and not say how you met him. I was trying to make
no,
it seem
no,
like
that's
it
not a
was.
secret. I need everybody to know. That's fine.
You know what
We
I'm
ain't
saying?
do nothing, no.
Not how y'all got together, but I was trying to keep the prison meat off the internet. But we
No,
gonna put it on out there.
no,
But
we gonna put it out there. We gonna put it out there.
um,
So it,
what
it
does what does building a home together mean to you after everything you've lived through?
It means everything for me. Allowing my kids to have that safe space and not having to uproot them like every year or every other year, to a
Mm,
different home or to a different school. Um, Allowing myself to be able to build, and claim something as mine is great, or as ours is
yeah,
great. Um, and to have that peace and that strong foundation, you know.
yeah.
So yeah, that's everything. Yes, and as I get older, I just realize peace is really everything. You know, God is everything. So
God is everything. God
yes.
is everything. Um, So, to your final message to your audience and everybody that has tuned in, for one, I think everybody that tuned in, everybody that commented, everybody that showed their love. Um, this is how we're going to break it down. Final message. So, let's go healing, breaking um, generational traumas, raising kids with stability, choosing better love, growth, God, and purpose. Um, I chose that because I feel like God has had his arms around you with a lot of situations that you have been through. I feel like you are a real warrior. I feel like you are a real mother. I feel like you are a real woman. I feel like you have became so um you found self-love before you could love again. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that's something that you always said that you was missing was that self love. And what you finding that and getting that, and now you have somebody that extra love on you on top of your kids and everything like that. I'm super proud and happy for you. Like ecstatic.
Oh,
I can't
thanks.
wait for the wedding. I'm glad I got my invite. I can't wait. You know what I'm saying? Just to see you happy and glowing today from knowing what my cousin had been through or seen, you know what I'm saying, or seen how you was, the party life, the fast life, the trying to calm down, the trying to get away from certain things, the abuse, everything like that. You shielded a lot of things that I didn't know and that I learned today. So with that being said, what do you want girls to learn from your story?
Um, to never be afraid to speak up. Um, Never be afraid to tell somebody what's going on with you. Um, and even if you don't have that support within the home, somebody out there will support you. Somebody will hear you out. Don't ever be stuck in a trauma or stuck in a complacent spot where you're not comfortable or you're not growing.
Yes,
Always be willing
cousin.
to grow. Always be willing to grow and to learn. Listen to
Yeah.
people, so
You
you
see
won't
what
have to deal
Cuz
with
just
certain
said?
situations.
You see what Cuz just said, King and Queen 2026? Clock it. What? My man, my man, my man. For
Okay.
what would you tell a woman who feels stuck in an abuse of a abusive relationship right now?
You're better than that. You're better than that. And tomorrow is not going to change. The next day is not going to be nothing different. You know, Sometimes they be like, oh, well, he's going to stop. Like, no. What is it going to take? It's going to be 2 days later, he'll be doing it again. Whether he caught disrespecting you or putting his hands on you, you can do better. You can escape that situation. Us women are so strong.
Yes.
We the strongest beings that's ever been created. Okay?
Yes.
We can endure whatever. We can stand on our own. We can get out of a situation to find our purpose. There's
Black
somebody out
women
there.
for real.
Yes, there's somebody out there for you that's going to support you and love you no matter what.
That message is for you.
Protect and provide for you and the family. I love you so much, my Betty Boopers. Oh, Lord.
Um,
Love you too, Mom.
what advice do you have for men raising daughters?
Um, just always, love on them. Love on them real strong so they won't feel like they have to get love from anywhere else.
Yeah.
Showing them the proper way to receive love.
Yes.
Um, so they can know what to look for in a man.
Yeah.
My dad is doing this, so I ain't gonna do, go for nothing else. Have standards so they can have standards. Not just going with any man that just tell them that they beautiful. You
Yes.
know, have them actually put work in. Show them what it
Yeah.
means to receive flowers or
Yeah.
to have the door open for them, pamper
Yeah.
them. That's pretty much. And watch out for these creeps as well.
Yes.
Protect
And
protect even the little girls that's not yours.
Quan says stay locked and loaded for sure. You know what I'm saying? And I agree with you, Betty. Protect little girls that's not even yours. If you see something foul, speak up, stand up, and be a man. You know what I'm saying? Be a man for any little girl out there. You know what I'm saying? Stand up. You know what I'm saying? Speak up. Don't
Right.
let nothing, you know what I'm saying, get swept under the rug. What's your
Exactly.
message to people who ever doubted you?
Mm.
Give them a good one, cousin. Give them a good one, cousin.
Well, here I am, still standing, stronger than ever. You know, Still got a long way to go. I pray that your life is going great and that you're getting everything that you hope and prayed and wished for, and that you are blessed beyond measure. Um, and I just wish that you hope best for everyone else, the same way that I'm hoping the best for you. Uh, and I'm almost there. I'm getting there.
Yes. And I also want to add, y'all must not can count if y'all didn't count her out. Y'all must couldn't count if y'all counted her out. You know what I'm saying? Count me in. Don't count me out. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? Do not count me out. Count me in. My
But thank you
cousin,
for my haters. I love it. I love it.
you know
Thank
what I'm
you for
saying? You
revealing yourself so I could.
yeah. If you don't have haters, you ain't popping, you know?
Okay.
Um, how does it feel to finally be loved correctly by Quan Trice?
It feels great. Just wanting to be home all the time, wanting to be up under somebody all the time.
You want to be in his skin.
Um, so yeah, it's great. It makes me constantly have a smile on my face. Not saying that we don't have our bad moments, but we never we always able to communicate and talk through our issues.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's amazing to have somebody that's strong but yet vulnerable at the same time. Um, so yeah, it's my soulmate.
That's your soulmate. Anything you want to add to your husband, your future husband, your almost husband?
I love you, babe. I wouldn't be here without you. You are so amazing, always supporting me. Like took all four of my kids in with open arms, loving them and teaching them, help raising and guide them. I just thank you for being you, um, and always being there for us. And we got so much forever to go. Till they dead us. That's our saying. Till they dead us. We in there.
Well, Betty, I just want to look you in your eyes and tell you, you didn't just survive all of that. You transformed it. You took pain that should have broke you and you turned it into power. You pushed through trauma, loss, abuse, fear, and still showed up for your kids, for yourself, and now for every woman who's watched or who's going to watch and hear this and speak their truth. Not now, maybe not tomorrow, but eventually. You're proof that you're starting and you're dedicated to finishing. You're proof that healing is messy but possible. You're proof that love and real love finds you when you finally choose yourself. Thank you for trusting me with your story. Thank you for being brave enough to put it on the flow with me. Thank you for showing the world that broken pieces can still build something so beautiful. And also keep growing, keep healing, keep loving, keep walking in your purpose. And I'm so, so proud of you. And I want to give you your flowers on here and tell you, cousin, you've been through everything from the bottom to the top, to the middle to the end. And your story still ain't done. You still have a story to be wrote. You have a book that you can write because your story is huge and you've been through a lot and you don't even look like you've been through everything that you have said on here. But I want to tell you that I love you. You always have a village, you always have a spot over here with me. It's always a safe zone, it's always a safe spot. I respect you. I commend you for coming on here and opening up because you were so nervous and you were so antsy, like, cuz I don't know, cuz I want to do it, cuz hold on, cuz let's go, cuz hold on, let's go stop. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just want to tell you, like, you did it, you got it out. The world will see it, the people will see it. Um, for the people that harmed you, I hope that God has healed those folks and God is working on them. I hope that for the rest of your time on this earth that your babies see how strong of a mother that they have. I want them to understand that you are a beautiful person. You always care for everybody. You definitely, definitely a good person. Your story will touch many people. and it's gonna be people that's gonna be scared to speak out, but you might have made it a point today to give a little girl or even a little boy a voice to say that they can speak up and talk, that they can tell an adult, that they can go to somebody, that they have somebody. But I want you to know that you are a warrior in my book. And this interview was more than amazing. This interview was more than just a connection. Even though you my cousin, we don't talk all the time. But just for the last few days that we have talked, I just been thinking about you. Like no lie, nonstop thinking about this interview, our conversation, what we talked about behind the scenes, and your emotions that you let out. You know what I'm saying? So don't never give up. Keep your head high. Let the haters be in the back. Let the chatter keep going. And it has never stopped you, and I don't think it's gonna ever stop you.
Mm-mm.
So this interview was amazing. And I'm glad you trusted me with your story. And I hope that I carefully did it the right way that you wanted it. I hope that I delivered it how you wanted it delivered. I hope you received it in a genuine way from my behalf, because that's how I always want to make a person feel when they leave or exit the screen with me, is that you feel that your purpose was done. You feel like your words got out. You feel like that um, you have a person that's with you and standing with you, and I'm gonna root you on, and I will be at your wedding dressed. You know what I'm saying, with my suit on. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? Just let me know the colors. You feel me? But I'm gonna be there. You know what I'm saying? Have my hair done. I ain't gonna have no hat on. You know, but I'm happy for you and Quan. You know what I'm saying? I haven't met him yet. I can't wait to meet you, Quan. I know you still on here. I can't wait to meet you. I hear great things about you. I'm happy that you make my cousin happy. I'm happy that she makes you happy. And I'm happy that y'all built your own family, y'all blended family, and y'all got this thing going and it's still continuing. Don't stop and don't let nobody stop you, Betty.
Thank you. Aw, I really appreciate you letting me on here. And it is a little emotional for me, Um, but I really wanted to be able to express myself and just, be supportive to everybody because I know most women go through these things.
For
You know,
sure.
and most women endure these things. Um, so I'm glad that I'm able to talk about it and that I healed from this, and that I'm still growing. God is so amazing. He is just like always looking out for me, even when I don't see it coming, even when I'm like, I don't know what I'm going to do. He always comes through when I don't even see it coming. Even when I think it's a hinder later on, it's what was meant to be. Um, so I'm just so amazed by his grace and his mercy. And I thank you so much, to my cousin. She's so amazing, y'all. Like, shout out to her. Like, she is literally doing her big one. Shout out to her, okay?
You
Um,
know, thank you.
Growth, you can see it all through you all the time. Like, you just constantly growing. And I'm so proud of you, and I appreciate all the love and support that you're giving me through
Yeah.
this, and listening to me and understanding and not judging me and even relating. So I appreciate it, and I love you.
I love you too, cousin. And yes, we are cousins for people that didn't know. Yes, we are cousins. Um, but yes, cuz I'm here. My line is open. Anything that you need. Quan, if she get on your nerves, get my number from her. Now we can connect. You know what I'm saying? We can kick it. Me and my wife will come up there. You know what I'm saying? And we'll have us a date night. We'll do a date night with y'all or whatever. We can do it with the kids or we can do it with just us. We can do both. You know what I'm saying? But we will carve out some time and come up there and kick it with y'all. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, let's get our families back together. Let's kick it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm super, super proud of you.
Thank you.
All the way. You know what I'm saying? Um, OG, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate it, man. I'm working on it. I'm working on my craft. I literally haven't been on here, but Betty was getting on my nerves like, cuz you been saying you gonna do the interview, cuz. So I got the interview done. Hi. Hi. Um, I've been said I was gonna get her interview done, so I'm glad that we finally got to get it done, cuz. And honestly, this is one of my favorite interviews right now. You know what I'm saying? And I wanted to wait until January, but you didn't want to because I wanted it to be my New Year kickoff. But I'm
Oh,
cool with it. I'm cool with it because we can always circle back, you know what I'm saying? And Kelly, you know what I'm saying? If you want to drop your story, you can come on, you know what I'm saying? Hit me up, DM me. Anybody that want to drop their story, DM me. I am always open. And Betty, will you tell them I make it a comfort zone when I do these
yes, very
interviews?
much, very much, very comfortable. Don't go too far. She even cut you off like we ain't gonna say that. You know what I'm saying? That's just saying too much. They ain't got no all that. So very
You
comfortable.
know?
Not really throwing you on. Obviously, y'all see she ain't throw me under the bus or make me say anything where ask no crazy questions to where I wasn't comfortable talking about it. So yeah, very great, very professional and supportive. Make you feel good
Yeah.
at the end too. So
Yeah, like that's
great.
what I try to do with the brand, man. Like I said, I'm a work in progress myself. Y'all will hear my story soon. I'm gonna have my friend Jay Jers do mines. Y'all will hear my story. My story is a wild one, but it's gonna be a good one. But I just made this platform for people to use their voice and to be heard because I think a lot of people don't have that place to go to or a comfortable person to give their story to that will treat their story as if it was their own. And that's what I try to do with everybody's story is create the moment, make you feel comfortable with the setting, the people, and it's always a safe space. As you see, the comments is never nobody in here bashing or nothing like that. Betty, you super strong because that story was a story to tell. Like seriously, you know what I'm
Mm.
saying? And I'm glad that you wasn't worried about anybody being in the comments because I told you if anybody got in the comments, they was gonna get removed. And that's for anybody on any story, whether you from here or Africa. You know what I'm saying? That's just me. But I keep it a safe space because I love you.
One more
Um,
thing.
Go ahead, get it out. Shoot.
And for those who knows that you guys have people in your family that is messing with people or touching children or doing anything and not speaking up, that's wrong. You need to speak up and have support for those people that are being harmed. You know, don't cast them out and don't act like y'all don't see nothing. As soon as somebody comes and tells you even the slightest thing, action needs to be done immediately because it's not
Yeah.
normal. So people
We
need to
gotta
start
stop
speaking up.
hiding.
Stop
We gotta
hiding
stop
stuff.
hiding those. We gotta stop hiding those family members that we know are wrong. We gotta stop doing that. You know what I'm saying? If you
You can
know,
still support your family and by allowing and telling them that they're wrong and getting them help that they need. There's nothing wrong with, getting them help,
just stop
but don't.
sweeping the incidents under the rug, man, because it's real trauma that happens later on with
Yeah, and
people.
it becomes a generational curse that just follows with each generation.
And please don't act like it's not in most of these families, because it's in most of them.
Yes.
Hello, it's in most of them.
Hmm.
So, Betty, I love you. Call me cousin. You already know what's going on. Once you get the kids situated, call me and let's kick it.
All right. Love you.
This put it on the floor with Big T, my cousin Betty. You know what I'm saying? Um, from broken to built. I'm so happy for her. We're gonna close it out. Betty, say bye to your viewers. Tell them you love
See
them.
y'all. Love y'all. Love you, Mom. Thank you, Dom. Thank you, Kenya. Thank you, Shay. See y'all.
Peace.
Peace.